As crazy as it sounds, 2025 is right around the corner, and I don't know about you, but these last few weeks I've been doing nothing but doom scrolling and complaining about my circumstances. Things that usually inspire me were literally driving me to comparison, and the TL seemed to be nothing but people, sometimes even younger than me, always on vacation, becoming big influencers, achieving their dream body goals, living in their high-rise apartments, experiencing loving relationships, and having the perfect family and dog. It was honestly too much. And then I realized the fact that I see this happening for other people is evidence that it can also happen for me. I had to check myself and remember that faith without works is dead. So now the question is, am I doing the work, and do I really believe that it's possible for me? If you're in the same boat, know that you're not alone, and together we can make a few changes to get our lives together before 2025. So if you're with me, keep watching. Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. It's Christelle. I hope you're well, and you already know what time it is. I can't believe that 2025 is in like 90 days. But we're not gonna let that give us anxiety. What we are gonna do is be inspired. I want to talk about mindset, y'all. There's so much to discuss in this reset type of video. Instead of for the month, we're resetting for the end of the year, the last 3 months, the last quarter. Like, if you feel like, oh my gosh, like time is flying, oh maybe next year will be my year, this is the video to let you know that we're not waiting until 2025. Tomorrow isn't even promised. Obviously, I hope and pray that you live a long and healthy and beautiful life, but why are you procrastinating on your goals when you don't even know if you'll have the chance to reach them? Like, stop making excuses, stop counting yourself out, stop pushing the date back, and get back on it today. Because all that matters, it's not one day, it's day one. You get to decide, and I'm right here with you. I'm gonna try and make it as straightforward as possible, but first of all, we have to reflect. We have to see where we are right now, being honest, and also realizing, okay, where do we want to be? If there's a gap between that, I'm here to help you bridge the gap. I'm not perfect. I'm doing it literally right with you. And we're going to talk about the things that maybe we have or have not been doing, and also things that we can do to reach our goals. I love to plan. I'm very type A. But at some point, you have to just start executing, even if it's not perfect, even if you don't have all the tools, even if you don't have all the habit tracking, whatever. Like, you just have to start. And right now, I'm telling you, you can do this. Like, I say this every video at this point. Your success is inevitable as long as you keep showing up. If you work towards your goal, like, you know that it's possible, not only possible, that it's achievable, that it's like actually done. If you work like that and you walk like that and you expect to reach your goals, you move differently. You have to realize that your goals aren't going to be your goals forever. They're going to be your achievements, and as long as you keep showing up, there's nothing to do but succeed. I also want to be mindful though. I know, especially as we get towards the end of the year, there's going to be a lot of messaging of like how to level up, how to glow up, how to da-da-da-da-da before 2025. And I'm not going to hold you. I'm right there with them. However, I think the difference is I want to take a moment right now to acknowledge like the balance between self-improvement and self-acceptance. I'm accepting myself where I am, and I hope you accept yourself where you are. Let's take a moment. Let's breathe. Let's give ourselves some flowers. Let's realize we've come a long way. The fact that we're here, we're watching this video, we're doing the things, like, we know what we want to do and we're taking the steps, but you know, there's more. I'm the type of person where it's like, if there's more out there, I'm going for it. Now, if you are completely a self-actualization and you're like, I don't need any more self-improvement, I'm happy the way I am, and that's that on that period, I'm so happy for you. Drop the secret in the comments. But for the rest of us who understand that we could be doing a little bit more, that maybe, you know, we have been burnt out, and maybe we have been overstimulated, but maybe we might have just gotten a little bit lax as well. We're gonna hold space, but we're also gonna take accountability, but we're not gonna stay there. We're going to keep on going. We're gonna keep on showing up, and I'm just so excited because this is the perfect time. Like, they say you need 21 days to start a habit, 90 days to really start to see results. Why would you, like, you're ahead of the curve. And something about being ahead of the curve just gives me like, ooh, period vibes. Like, imagine your new year, you're prepping now. And that's how, you know, it's not even going to be New Year's resolutions, because you're going to already be ahead of the game. Like, the life that I want to live, the person that I am becoming, because we have to start speaking it as though it is, that's going to require some more of me. So if you're ready to lock in and to get ahead of the curve and to do what you need to do to change your life for the better in the last 3 months of 2024, keep watching. Step 1, reflection. Y'all, how are you going to know what you need to do, how to shape your strategy differently if you don't know what you're doing right now? Like, does that make sense? Let's be for real. If you don't know how to reflect, I literally just Google, ask ChatGPT, ask Instagram, ask TikTok like some reflection questions, like what did I do right this month or these past couple weeks? What's been going well? What hasn't been going well? What could I do better on? For me, I've gotten better with my nutrition, but like it could be better. So that's something I'm working on. My sleeping schedule, I've fallen back into old habits, y'all. I have gone to bed at 5, 6 a.m. a couple of nights in the past month, and that's something I've been trying to kick in the butt for years at this point. So I know that I need to do better on that. I've done really well with moving my body and like, you know, giving myself love in the way I speak to myself, the things that I am and am not tolerating. Like I can tell that I'm growing, that I'm just elevating. And so I'm proud of myself because of my mind. The way I think about things is differently, and maybe that's because I'm about to turn 25, but you know, just reflecting and realizing like, okay, this is where I am. If you wrote New Year's resolutions at the beginning of the year, or if you wrote goals for the month or for the quarter, just go back and look at them. Have you made progress? I know what I'm doing really good is reading. I wanted to just read 1 book a month, like 12 books this year. I'm almost at like book 20 of the year. I'm so proud of myself. Reading really like down. That's something I used to do as a child. I'm so glad to have gotten back to it. So realize like you don't have to be afraid to reflect and be like, because not all reflection is going to lead you to, oh my gosh, like I'm not doing anything right. Like some reflection will help you realize you're doing way better than you think you are. So reflect, reflect, reflect. Once you look at your reflection, that will help you to shape your goals. Remember, your goals need to be smart, okay? They cannot be, oh, I want to do this. Okay, like that's a dream. Goal without a plan is a dream. So when you think about your goals, I want you to start thinking more like this. I wrote it out. It's like, I have the goal of doing blank because of blank, and I'm going to do it by doing blank. I don't know if that was confusing because of all the blanks, but basically I want you to think about the goal. I want you to think about why you're trying to achieve the goal, because that will motivate you when motivation is low. And I want you to think about how you're gonna do it. For example, I am on a weight loss journey. I've always been really transparent about that. I know some people are, in general, like iffy about sharing your goals. Y'all, I am transparent. I don't share every little thing, and that's something that I think people forget when they're viewing content, but it's just like what I do want to share, I know I can share because I'm here to inspire. I would hope and pray that nobody's rooting on my downfall, but I know that there's literally no weapon that could be formed against me that's going to stop what God has for me. And me showing the journey and showing that it's not all ups and downs, and it's not 1 year, boom, all the weight gone. Like it takes multiple years for people like me with PCOS. Like that's what I'm here for, to show you like, and to be relatable. So for example, I want to lose 100 pounds total. I'm basically 40 pounds down. Let's clap for me. But I've been on this journey for years. I feel like I've seen the most progress in the last like 2 years, but by the end of next year, I want to be basically at my goal of 100 pounds down total. Why do I want to do that? Because I want to be my healthiest, happiest self. Like I want to be able to be mobile and to be able to get up and go. I want to have longevity. I want to be able to serve my community and be like, being able-bodied is a blessing, and I don't want to take that for granted. And I also just want to be happy. I want to be happy when I look into the mirror, and I want to be happy when I pick out my clothes, and I want to be happy when I go to the doctor, and I want to be just happy. I want to experience life as my healthiest, happiest self. And I also know that we live in a fat-phobic society, so I also want to know what it's like to not experience the negativity that comes with that, you know? Those are all my reasons. There's some more, obviously, but it's like that's my why. So I have my goal, I have my why, and how I'm gonna do it is through, you know, a lot of different things. For example, drinking my water. This bottle has been coming out in these videos, y'all, because I have to stay hydrated. Water is undefeated. But by resting, y'all, getting my sleep under control is gonna help me with my weight loss. Drinking my water, eating in a more plant-forward, high protein, low sugar, and low carb way. Moving my body, y'all, like that's gonna help me reach my goals. So I want you to really think, and I don't want everything to be so focused on weight loss, because obviously wellness and like my weight loss journey is something I'm very passionate about, but I feel like a lot of women specifically, because I can't really speak for everyone, but I know that weight loss is one of the biggest goals that's like always, I don't know, maybe I'm projecting, but I feel like a lot of my friends, like everybody seems to just not really be happy with their body, like always yearning to look a different way. So I want to, you know, give love to our bodies right now. They carry us around, like they're doing a lot of work, and so I don't want to be mean to my body right now. She's worthy of love, and I'm grateful that I have the body that I have right now, but I want it to be healthier and happier, and so that's what I'm doing. But for another example, to get out of the mindset of everything is weight loss, my content, I want 10K on all my platforms by the end of this year. I wanted 10K in June. It's possible for me to get 10K this week. I don't know. Everything's possible. Never say never. But it's like, why do I want that? Because that will show me that I'm on like the right track. I don't want to be so determined by vanity metrics, but I know that the amount of people I could inspire and just like help to share positivity and like change old cycles and mindsets, like that's why I'm here, to share light and love and to be a positive influence in a world full of negativity on social media, right? So there's a lot of things that I don't have access to because people look at my accounts, and although I'm posting great content, it's like, oh, well, she doesn't have 10K or she doesn't have 50K or she doesn't have 100K. Like the experiences that I want to have and the access, like being realistic, because I'm also a corporate girly, it's like understanding the bottom line. It's like, am I going to drive revenue for a brand that I collab with right now? Probably, but not to the extent that somebody with like, I don't know, 100K would have. So me having my 10K, I know my goals and the lifestyle I want to live. I love content creation and I'm determined to make it my lifestyle. And so that's what I want. And that's going to be the first like, okay, I'm on the way and I can keep going because I want 100K, and it doesn't even stop there. But right, I'm trying to be realistic, right? And start with 10K. So, and I've talked about why, I've talked about what, and how I'm gonna do it is consistency with my content. I've been talking more to the camera on TikTok, on Instagram, starting a series, like, you know, diversifying my content, cross-promoting. All these things are ways that are gonna help me to reach that goal. So I want you to just take some time, get into the moment, write your goals, and think about like what they are, why they are your goals, and how you're gonna get there. I really encourage you with your goals to write about them, to journal about them, to pray about them. Literally, like, write the vision, make it plain. And speaking of vision, let's talk about step 2. You have to visualize the goals. You've made the goals, but I want you to literally visualize, because I think this is where a lot of us like have a disconnect. Like, you're making all these goals and they seem out of body. They seem like, oh yeah, in my perfect world, like, no, like stop thinking like it's some unrealistic. Like, some of you aren't reaching your goals because you can't even imagine yourself reaching the goals. Like, you are making them for fun. I want you to realize that you're making these goals because they can be achieved. Like, they're gonna be a reality once it clicks in your head, like, this is not just a goal for the sake of being a goal. Like, I'm going to reach this. And so visualizing it, whether that's literally sitting down, closing your eyes and dreaming about it, whether that's making a vision board, which is something that I do. I love to just scroll on Pinterest, y'all. I do this so much. I just scroll on Pinterest. First of all, I love Pinterest down, scroll, pin, make a board for the month. For in this example, I'm making a vision board for the rest of 2024. I will be turning 25 in November by the grace of God. I'm so excited. And yeah, so that's gonna be a main part. Prepping, like all the fall things I want to do, all the holiday things I want to do, the goals I want to reach by the end of the year. Like, those are all going to be pictures that I see, because the fact that other people are doing it is evidence that it can be done for me. And then I upload all those into Canva, and then I just make them in a nice aesthetic like vision board. Also, shameless plug, I am a digital marketing girly, Creatively Christelle, and if you want me to make the vision board, if you make a Pinterest board or you have the images, I'll like arrange them for you. If you're like, girl, I don't have time for that, I'll do it for you, so book me. Visualizing it is so important. You can also do something like scripting, where it's like you write a journal, and I really believe in the power of writing things down physically. Like, I'm a digital girl, I love Notion, but there's something different about writing it down like with your hands, where you write a journal as if you are the person that has achieved your goals, but you write it like it's the present tense. Like, imagine you already achieved your goals and you're just journaling, like, oh, hi journal, like today I woke up at 6 a.m. and I went to the gym. Now I'm just focused on maintaining my 100-pound weight loss. I'm finally at my body goals and it just feels really good. Like, I posted a vlog for my whatever, and I met with this influencer team, and I had a meeting with Sephora Squad. Speaking of which, y'all, I applied for Sephora Squad. Please leave me a testimonial. They're literally looking for authentic and inspiring creators. I feel like that's me, duh, who love beauty, and that's more than makeup. That's skincare, that's body care, that's hair care, fragrance. Like, it would be a life-changing opportunity, and you have the opportunity to help me, especially because I don't have 100K yet on all my platforms. So quick plug to leave me a testimonial. But it's like, you know, writing out a journal or a diary entry like you are already the person of your dreams, right? And then it's so fun to see, because you look back and you're like, oh my gosh, like I achieved this and I wrote about it. Like, I encourage you to do things like that. Ask ChatGPT, y'all, this was a game changer. Like, ask it to write a day in my life. write it like your dream goals, and then ask them to write a day in your life based on like your dream goals as if you've already achieved them. I literally cried doing that because I was like, wow, this would be such a nice day, and it could be mine, and it will be mine. So something to think about. Visualize it because it's literally on the way to you. And with that, let's go to step 3. Make a plan, y'all. I can't stress this enough, and you're not gonna reach your goals if you don't have a plan, and a plan that you can stick to. And that's why, y'all, I said this last time and I meant it, but I literally got derailed. I am starting a series. I'm not gonna say a start date, but before the end of this year, definitely within Q4, I'm gonna be doing a series called The Daily Dose of Growth, where we're gonna be doing something every day, big or small, to live well, to dream big, and to look even better, because we already look good. Okay, so that's the essence of me. I want to live a life of wellness. I want to dream big and show you that big dreams can be achieved, and I also want to look good while I'm doing it. So if you want to follow me along with the challenge when that inevitably gets, you know, pushed out, please follow me on TikTok and Instagram at thatgirlchristelle. More to come. These daily tasks are going to be the plan that I'm sticking to reach my goals. I talked about this in my last video, like my micro habits of surviving your 20s, but everything boils down to routine. I want a morning routine, which means I need a night routine. So I get up in the morning, and then I have a gym routine, and I have a cleaning routine, and I have a work and content balance routine. You know, like routine is so important. Having a routine so I stick to my habits that are helping me stick to my plan, which are leading me to my goals, like it's all connected. It's really kind of like a snowball effect. So there's that. If you're in school right now, take advantage of the structure, because once you get into the real world, like nobody's gonna do it for you. Like not even with your job. Like you have tasks, and they're not gonna sit there and be like, all right, for 1 hour work on this task. Like you have to do that in between all the meetings you already have. And like if you don't have a 9 to 5, you know what I'm talking about. It's even worse because nobody's telling you what to do with your time. So building a routine helps you to build the structure that will help you to reach your goals. For me personally, I like to just do what I do and to vibe, but I'm actually very type A, so I need to take that same approach to my goals, you know? If you're still watching, drop a yellow emoji. The next 90 days, we're gonna be glowing and growing, so drop a yellow emoji if you're still watching. That lets me know that I'm providing value and you like it here. And also subscribe if you haven't already. Basically, step 3 and step 4 go hand in hand, which is like make the plan and then execute on the plan. For the challenge, the daily dose of growth, we have 3 pillars: living well, dreaming big, and looking good. I can share some ideas to get the ball rolling because, and I'm gonna be looking down at my ideas because maybe you're like, girl, what does that mean? I'm about to tell you. I like to base my goals off of 5 categories. We have mind, body, spirit, finances, and like self, which is like personal, just miscellaneous things, right? So within that, it's like for your mind, that goes for me with living well, like reflecting, goal setting, vision boarding, like doing all of that stuff, doing my morning affirmations, journaling, doing like, you know, mindfulness on Headspace, or like taking walks. Obviously that's like, that stuff is good for the mind and living well. Then for dreaming big, for me, that's like my content creator dreams. So like doing things that will get me into the room, going to more content creator events, networking with people, trying out different content, trying a series. Like for you, whatever your big goals are, whatever, if you want to start a book, if you want to start a business, like making the Instagram page, making the logo, and doing more than that, like making a business plan, reaching out to potential like customers. Like if you have an idea, if you have something that you know you want to do, you have this idea, you have this book, whatever, like stop. Like time waits for no one. Like what are you waiting for? I'm rooting for you. If nobody else is, know that I am. And like I want you to start. I want me to start because it's 2025 is in 30 minutes, y'all. Like we have to lock in, okay? Looking good, y'all. Focusing on my beauty inside and out. So that goes for like, you know, my maintenance. Like my nails not done, so maybe having a DIY nail day. Doing my lashes. These are from Lilac Street, y'all. They are literally DIY clusters. They took me like 15 minutes. Literally love them. I have a code, by the way, if you want to shop them. No, this video is not sponsored by them or anything, but you know, you can always shop my codes. It's fall, like trying out new fall fragrances and just like upping my body care, making sure I'm not walking around ashy, making sure I'm leaving the house and caring what I look like. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to walk out the house looking any kind of way, and then somebody stopped me and was like, oh my gosh, like I follow you. And I was like, wait, like people recognize me in public? Like I can't be going out looking any type of way, you know? Executing on the plan, just breaking it down, doing little things every day. And you might not even realize like you are doing the things. Like take a look at your days and like the little split decisions. Like they've been coming to mind more recently. It's like, okay, am I gonna get this cookie right now, or am I gonna, you know, eat this like apple and peanut butter? And it's like, if you wouldn't eat the apple and peanut butter, maybe you're not hungry, maybe you're just bored. It's like being for real with yourself and just being like, all right, like in this split second, I have a split second decision, like, am I doing something for my healthiest, happiest self, or am I doing something just for the vibe, for the instant gratification? Like, that's something to think about, you know, and just being for real and just making the right decision, you know, the one that might not feel good, but you know is right. So we made the plan, we're executing on the plan. Let's talk about step 5. We're gonna give ourselves our flowers all along the way. Something I've recently been talking about with my girl Nelly. She really like encouraged me the other day because I was so down. I was just comparing myself, as I talked about in the beginning. I was doom scrolling. I was just like, man, like, it's happening for everybody around me except me. Like, I'm not doing, like, what am I doing wrong? And then it's like, bruh, like, I'm winning. Like, I'm doing great. I'm doing way better than I was, and my only competition is me. Like, it's very easy to look to the left, to the right. You have to stay eyes forward, like eyes up and eyes forward. That's all you can do. Like, you can look back to reflect, but you can't stay looking back because you'll crash. Like, you literally have to keep on going forward. Trust the work that you're doing. Know that the journey is gonna have ups and downs. Once you accept that the journey might not be peaches and roses and lilies, like, you're gonna have times where you're like, bruh, is this even worth it? Am I making progress? Why is it happening for everybody around me? Am I even on the right track? And then you come across somebody who will encourage you or uplift you, or you'll see something and you're like, no, I really see this for me. I really feel connected to this. I know that I'm walking in purpose. Like, when you have those moments, take advantage of that energy. When it's up, it's up. And also, let me tell you right now, like, stop making excuses, because your life can literally change at any point. Like, right now, y'all, I'm standing up to film instead of sitting because it hurts to sit, because I just went to the doctor and I basically like have a lumbar spine like type of thing where it's like tight. So right now I've had to completely switch up my workout regimen. I'm used to lifting and I'm used to just bending and dancing and like all these things that I have had to take a pause from, and I was really blown. I was like, God, like, I was in such a good groove, like, and it just made me think about all the times, you know how like when you're sick, you're like, man, I will never take breathing for granted again. Like, when your nostrils are acting up, when your back is acting up and you can't do the same workouts you used to do, you're like, man, like, I'm never skipping a workout again. Like, and I know it's not realistic to never, ever, ever, ever slip up, but just like, every season of life, every part of the journey will teach you to be grateful. And then so it's like, yeah, now I can walk. I'm grateful for the ability to walk. I can do water aerobics, and I can finally focus on nutrition, which is 80% anyway. Like, I'm going so hard, up in arms about 20% of the journey, you know. It's like, just be mindful, give yourself flowers, know that you're doing better than you think you are, but also know that like the journey is unpredictable, so you might as well fall in love with it. Realize like everything's happening for you, it's not happening to you. Like, maybe I really wouldn't have gotten my nutrition together if I was just locked in the gym. I'm thinking that. And it's like, it's taking so long because you're not locked in on your nutrition because you think everything is sweet because you're in the gym. Like, if you can't do the same lifts, now you have to do water aerobics. Now you have to walk, which is going to be a game changer. Now you must do your nutrition. Like, it's like everything is working together for me. And I also know everything is temporary. The low is temporary. It can't be like this forever. Like, this has happened before where it flares up and it's hard, but it's not like this forever. I'm not gonna be in pain forever, and God is good regardless. So just, you know, understand that the journey is a lot. Right now I'm feeling kind of encouraged. I felt better, but I felt worse, but I'm here to encourage you, and by encouraging you, I'm encouraging myself, because I know that I have huge goals and it's a lot sometimes, but I can do it. If anybody can do it, I know I can do it. And if I can do it, you can do it. So the journey is a space where beautiful transformation can take place if you trust it. And I know it's hard and I know it's cliche, but this is your reminder to make the plan, stick with the plan, and trust that it's working out for your good. And yeah, babes, that's basically it. Do not overcomplicate it. Like, I know I just broke it down and you might be overwhelmed. You might be like, all right, like, I'm feeling good, but this is a lot. Like, we're not gonna overwhelm ourselves. We're just gonna do it. Just show up. Just do it. Just be 1% better today than you were yesterday. It's you versus you. You know you can do this. You're watching this video. You have all these things in your watch later, all your saves. Like, it's gonna be you. It's gonna be you that people are looking at and they're like, oh my gosh, how did they do it? I just showed up. I did it. I trusted God. I believed in the process, and I trusted the process, and I stayed consistent. That's going to be my story. That's going to be your story. And I'm just so proud of us. Like, we're locked in, twin. Like, I'm so excited. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it. If you want to join me on the daily dose of growth and you want to do things to live well, to dream big, and to look even better, make sure you're like doing the things. I would love it if you tag me, you know, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, subscribe on here, you know, the vibes. And just realize that it's already yours, and and know that your success is inevitable as long as you keep showing up. So hope you have a great rest of your 2024. There will be so much more content in, so let's stay connected. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, go on with it. Do us. So we are coming with a force.